Hey everyone, Brandon, and I'm going to talk about something that's not fun to talk about. I'm going to talk about something very upsetting that's been going around high schools, middle schools, and I don't know about elementary schools because don't know real emotions yet, but I want to talk about suicide and depression and why it's not a joke. Now, I personally have never been so depressed to the point where I wanted to hurt myself. I've never been so depressed to the point where I wanted to kill myself. Now, I have had a few friends who have literally been moments away from dying, and cut themselves. But I talked them out of it. But that was a few friends who took my advice, but then a year later, they didn't think about it no more. They didn't think about my advice or whatever, what we talked about. And back in May, I had 4 friends die because they just gave up. They were really sad, and I could tell they didn't really talk to me as much as they used to. They never seemed happy anymore. They were just upset, like crying all the time. I got a phone call from my friend Adrian's mom one night, and she told me that Adrian died. She killed herself with pills. And I remember talking to Adrian multiple times before she did kill herself. It's mainly because people are such assholes to the point where they want to fucking tell someone to kill themselves. They bullied her multiple times, and even though Adrienne was a junior, she still got bullied by people, and people never gave up. And it's upsetting because the people that did it, I know them, but I don't talk to them anymore. Quit talking to them a year ago, but they hurt her multiple times. And I guess one day at school, she started getting bullied again, and then someone told her to go fucking kill herself. That pisses me off. It makes me sad. Whatever. It's not something that you would be happy about. Not something you would joke about at all. Like, depression is just it's just really bad. Depression messes with you. It makes you sad and makes you go through some feelings. And depression, if you are depressed a lot, like for a very long time and forever, whatever, it will lead you to a point where you want to commit suicide. And that's what my friends did. Adrian's not the only one who committed suicide. I had 3 more friends do it. I'm not gonna talk about them though, cause I just don't want to. I don't feel like crying. But Adrian was a good friend, but It's just something that you don't want to think about multiple times, but I just want to use her as an example because, like I said, suicide and depression is not something to joke about at all. So if you know someone who's depressed, talk to them, get help, do something, because it's not. Think of it this way: someone commits suicide, and you told them to. You said kill yourself, whatever, to them, and they did. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect you as much as it does their family and their friends. It's a real big deal. I mean, especially at the age of most people who actually do commit suicide. I don't know the actual numbers and blah blah blah, but I do know that most suicides are I know most of the age groups that commit suicide is teenagers. 13 to 18. Mostly 15, 16, 17-year-olds and 14-year-olds. I never put a video of me talking about this before, but I hate suicide and depression. Like, yes, I get depressed and all that, but I hate depression. I don't hate the person who gets depressed. I just don't like that they are depressed. It's upsetting. And when I find out someone that I like, who I was friends with, committed suicide, I am sad, upset, pissed, and disappointed. But I don't blame it on them, though. I blame it on the people who caused them to do it. I mean, yeah, they did it. They killed themselves. But they didn't do it because they woke up one day and just said, I want to kill myself. You don't do that. You do it because you're really upset and you just give up because you think that there is nothing to do. There's no one to go to. There is, though. There's a suicide line that you can call. They don't call the cops or anything, but they talk to you. If you guys get a chance, check out Logic's song. I don't know the full number, but it's 1-800. And that song is the suicide hotline number. It's the number for suicide awareness. So, he wrote that song because he wants to tell people that there's someone to go to if you need it. And he knows that it will help someone in need of help. I personally have never thought about calling that number because I've never wanted to commit suicide, nor have I ever thought about it, because I'm so against it. Like, just if I even thought about suicide, I wouldn't do it, but I would be really mad at myself about it. And that's why I never think about it, because I don't ever think about it, because I know that if I do, I'm going to get mad at myself. I'm not going to cut myself, but I'm not going to be happy with myself. I don't give up because I know that I can get help. I don't give up because I'm strong and I fight. And that's what you can do. If you are so depressed to the point where you want to give up, fight it. Don't do it, fight it. Don't think about it'll be over after you do it. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help anyone. It's going to leave a huge hole in your family. And the hole is going to be filled with sadness, anger. you're filling that hole right now with happiness, gratefulness, everything that's happy, like everything that's good. But if you go, that hole drops, or that hole opens up, and the happiness goes away, and sadness takes over. I've heard some stories where a teenage daughter or teenage son kills himself, and then the mom or dad kills himself because they're too upset about it. I've heard stories about that, and it just makes me sad. It's just upsetting because you don't, if you and your parents are going through a lot, they still love you deep down. If they say they don't, they do. They would give anything to be with you, to make you happy. So, suicide's not a joke. Depression's not a joke. It's a serious thing. So, that's all I gotta say. Stay cool.